Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead as it is the beginning of the week. So, speaking of which, I was off for the last week from work, and I'd say about 50% of the time was spent away from social media, more time socializing with other people and friends or whatnot, and just having fun and enjoying the beauties of adulting, so to speak, right? And then when I come back, which was yesterday, I am reading online, according to the internet, that UK Call of Duty launch sales are down a whopping 40% year on year. Now, obviously, when I read this, I was like, wow, this is good news. I'm definitely making a video on that. And then at the same time, I was also like, well, this is good news, yes, but it's also bittersweet. And I will be going over that as well, because as you know, on this channel, it's not just about creating the content and trying to provide a source of Call of Duty content as well as entertainment for you guys, but it's also about keeping it real. It's always been the base of my channel, so I will continue to keep it real. And the realistic reality of things is that after a certain amount of time, when the new Battle Royale map or Warzone map releases or whatnot, right, that all of this is not going to matter, that the multiplayer itself is not going to matter. Now, do I still stand by what I said in my previous video about Sledgehammer Games doing their best, whatever Activision is limiting them to, in order to patch the game up and make the multiplayer a lot better than what we've gotten so far? Yes, I do have faith that Sledgehammer Games is going to do the best that they can, but again, at the same time, Activision themselves have already basically said, they literally said, and I'm paraphrasing, that Battle Royale or Warzone is going to be their main priority. And why is that? Well, it's because it's what's getting the most viewerships on social media. It's what's gaining the most player base online, even though it's free to play. But I'm sure microtransactions have a lot to do with that. If there's a higher number in the Battle Royale, there's a higher percentage that those people are going to buy the microtransactions in the game and the battle pass and all that kind of stuff, which is exactly what they want. And obviously, the high player count doesn't hurt either. And they're supposedly going to be releasing the anti-cheat to go with that. They've also issued additional cease and desist, or whatever the hell it's called, to some of these other guys that are creating the cheats when it comes to this stuff. So as time goes on, again, Battle Royale is going to take priority. And at the end of the day, multiplayer is going to go back to being a minority again. You think a lot of these content creators that are making multiplayer footage, and I'm talking about the guys that also do Battle Royale, do you think that these guys are going to stick with the multiplayer when a new Battle Royale map has come out? No. Absolutely not. They're going to go switching right on to that. They're going to be overreacting in their videos because most of their videos obviously appeal to kids, right? And they get higher view counts because of it. They're going to have those thumbnails that basically has their faces with their mouths wide open and their hands on their cheeks and, oh my gosh, I'm shaking, and all this kind of stuff. And that's the way it's going to go, man. That's the way it's been happening over the last few years or whatnot. And even if you go back beyond before that, it was happening in Fortnite as well. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. You guys have seen the cringe. You guys know how the cookie crumbles. So multiplayer, unfortunately, is going to be basically pushed to the side. We used to be the burger. Now we're basically the fries or the tater tots or onion rings. By the way, let me know, which of the three do you prefer? Do you prefer french fries if you're having a burger? Do you prefer french fries, tater tots, or onion rings, or sweet potato fries? Or let me know if there's something else that you prefer. Some people might prefer chips. Let me know. I'm actually really curious about that. I'm legitimately curious. Let me know. And how do you like your burger? So anyway, but you guys know the point at this point. So now it is really good though that sales have dropped though. I will say that it is a good thing on one aspect, because let's put it this way. How many times has Blame Truth had to suplex Joe Secot? How many times have I watched Murder Show's stream literally during the entirety of Black Ops Cold War, worrying about the man's health because the game drove him absolutely insane? I'm sure this one does too. But seriously though, Murder Show is one of the best Call of Duty content creators out there, as well as streamer as well. His streams are always very entertaining and a good guy as well. He's one of the guys that keeps it real. He's got his own style. Nothing but absolute admiration and respect for the man. And legitimately, like, I was literally worried about this guy's health because he played Cold War and streamed it for the majority, if not the entirety, of its life cycle. And you got young people out there that are, you know, they have the whole life ahead of them, and some of them are absolutely big content creators and stuff like that refuse to do that shit. They went back and they played the older Call of Duties because they couldn't stand either Modern Warfare 2019 or they couldn't stand Black Ops Cold War or whatnot. But yet, here's one guy over here who is, respectfully speaking, of course, older than your average gamer nowadays, right? Right? I think he's in his mid-40s, if I'm not mistaken, and he's absolutely killing it with his streams, regardless of whether or not the game drives him crazy. So I was literally worried about the man. So when you add up all the suplexes of Joe Secot that Blame Truth had to give the man, right, taking him to Suplex City, so to speak, along with Murder Show and other content creators out there that went back and played the old game, so to speak, right? Like, I think even Thunder himself, you know, didn't even play too much Black Ops Cold War because of the fact that he just he couldn't take it. So when you put all that stuff together, man, I mean, we're not, a lot of our us content creators that are multiplayer guys, you know, I think we're on the same boat when it comes to it, especially for those of us that keep it real and don't bullshit the community, aka lying to the kids, as Blame Truth likes to say it. So I think we're all in the same boat. And I mean, the fact that sales are low as far as the UK is concerned, we don't know the US numbers yet, but the fact that sales have dropped 40% is good news, because we've been begging for change for a long time. We've been demanding it at this point for a long time, and the only thing that can impact change are the sales, are the number. Money talks and bullshit walks. Those are the kind of numbers that count, and that's the only thing that will force Activision's hands. Remember, because it's not on the devs. I know that we absolutely love to blame the devs, but as more time has gone on, especially since Condry exposed Activision to the fact that they are in charge of the skill-based matchmaking and that it's not the devs, ever since then, and over the last few years since that tweet that Condry put out, we've been pointing our fingers at Activision, and as more time goes on, the more evidence suggests that yes, it is Activision. It is actually not the devs' fault. Now, granted, I am at the same time going to be critical of the devs when they actually spent time adding in an addition to the game that shouldn't be there in the first place, that doesn't belong in the game in the first place, that didn't really improve the game. And I'm talking about the MVP scoreboard thing that just lasts way too long, and you got the animations and shit like that. So, which obviously took time to create, instead of spending more time patching the game and even criticizing them for not putting in too much time into their game, right? Because they put the game out there, right? So they're like, well, are they even playing it? Are they playtesting it correctly? Or are they, again, held by the chain, held by a leash by Activision, and be like, hey, you know what? Focus on Battle Royale and implementing that stuff. So, and patching that up and making sure it's in its best state as it can possibly be, right? So, because that's where the money is. So, and I want to be wrong, guys. I mean, you guys, for those of you guys that have been here for long enough, you guys know me and where my heart lies in terms of Call of Duty. I want to be wrong. I want multiplayer to be the priority. I want Sledgehammer Games, that despite the fact that they're being held by a leash by Activision, to literally come back and patch the game up and give us the Call of Duty that we, as the multiplayer fans, deserve, especially after all these years of support, despite the fact that the games have been very lackluster over the last few years. Absolutely, especially since we are actually responsible for keeping them in the #1 charts for like so many years before Battle Royale was even a thing with Call of Duty. Absolutely. So do we deserve that? We absolutely do. But again, times change, things change, and obviously priorities and the way survival works and money talks, bullshit walks changes. But again, I hope that Sledgehammer Games is able to do the most with what they've got, and hopefully, as we, the multiplayer community, are not going to be left disappointed. But again, you can't ignore history repeating itself, and you certainly can't ignore the evidence, as well as the facts stated by Activision themselves, that Battle Royale and Warzone is the #1 priority. So you put all that together, and if you had to be a gambling man, I would say that multiplayer, by the time this game's life cycle is going to be over, even though the multiplayer itself is going to be improved compared to what it is now, right now at this point, Battle Royale is going to take over. The numbers are going to go through the roof. The microtransactions, the battle passes, whatever you want to call them, the sales are going to be good. And Activision, once more, is going to basically be #1 again by a good amount. So I think that's what's going to happen. And but one thing I am optimistic for, there's two things I'm optimistic for, and that is SM Squared. I got a video about that for you guys. about SM Squared that I think you guys are going to like, as well as the fact that Halo Infinite is right around the corner. And as the time of me recording this video, they're saying that rumors suggest that the multiplayer version of the game may come out today, because it would also be like as a surprise, and I think it would be like 3 weeks ahead of time. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. A lot of people are saying yes, but a lot of people are saying no. I even ran a poll, and 60% right now, as of this time, are saying yes, and 40% are saying no. So we'll see what happens. It may not be, but there's going to be something going on. So, but still, we have that to look forward to. So, guys, that's all I got for this one. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.